Learning 2-5-1 patterns is going to be the best way to develop an arsenal of vocabulary you can use when improvising over jazz music. Jazz is chock full of 2-5-1s all over the place. So the more ways your fingers have to get through 2-5-1s effortlessly, the more tools you're going to have to improvise with. And one of the best ways to practice 2-5-1s is in descending whole steps, because if you do descending whole steps, the 2 chord of the next progression is the same as the 1 chord you just played. For example, we have 2-5-1 in C, D minor, G7, C. Well, now if we do 2-5-1 in B flat, C minor is our first chord. C minor 7, F7, B flat major 7. If we do 2-5-1 in A flat, we go to a B flat minor. So it can make it really easy to know what the next chord in your progression is. The only caveat to this is that if you do descending whole steps, you only get half the keys, because you'll get C, B flat, A flat, G flat, E, D, C. Right? A whole tone scale only gets half the keys. So when you practice patterns and descending whole steps, you're only going to get half of the keys. So I recommend starting your pattern in C, starting your descending progressions in C, so you get that half the keys, then also do it starting in F, so you get the other half of the keys. That gives you all 12 keys. So today I want to show you a really simple melodic 2-5-1 pattern that's like a must know, and take it through all 12 keys in this descending way. So this pattern is basically an arpeggio up outlining the 2 chord and a scale down through the 5 chord landing on the 3rd of the 1 chord. So if we do it in C, what we're going to want to do on our D minor 7 is outline the D minor 7 chord, 1, 3, 5, 7. It's going to resolve to the 3rd of the G7, and then if we walk our scale down to the 3rd of the 1 chord, the C major 7. In time it sounds like this. And one more time. 2, 5. This is a pattern that you should know in all 12 keys if you want to get confident improvising on jazz music. If you want to be able to just like say, yes, I know how to play on that song when somebody wants to play a song with you. So I'll go through it right now with this pattern. You can go ahead and play along with me. If you want to practice with me, you can use the slow down feature in YouTube to bring me down to 75%, 50%, or 25% speed. Here we go. Here's 2-5-1 in C, and we're going to go down in whole steps with this pattern. 2, 3, 4. Now C minor for a 2-5-1 in B flat. Now we're doing 2-5-1 in A flat. In G flat. Now we're going to be in E. Now in D. And then that would bring us back to C, right? Practice that till that's really confident. If you can't play along with me at that speed right now, pause the video and that's what you should practice for the next week. I'm serious. Dig deep into this. So many people just think, oh, if I get more information, I'll get better at piano. Probably not. You probably just need to execute information already given to you. Once you have that, let's try it in the other key. So let's start with a 2-5-1 in F on a G minor chord and go a set descending in whole steps. So there's 2-5-1 in F. Now we're going to be in E flat. Now we're going to be in D flat. 2, 5. Now we're going to be in B. Now we're going to be in A. Now we're in G. There we go. I've now played that pattern in all 12 keys. As a bonus, if you want to learn how to play it through the circle of fourths, that's going to just help cement that you know it even further. So if we start in C, then we're going to want to do 2-5-1 in F. Now we're going to be in B flat. Now we're going to be in E flat. Nice and relaxed, right? I talk about this all the time. Now we're in that pattern or other simple patterns, do it descending in whole steps, take it through the 2 different ways you could do that, and then play it in fourths. It's gonna level up your ability to like quickly have a thing you can play on a 2-5-1 in a song. If you like this, make sure you click like and subscribe. Check out my Patreon where there's access to tons of videos and PDFs, more coming out on the regular. I will have a PDF with the sheet music for that pattern in the Patreon today. So what are you waiting for? Happy practicing.